A beautiful sunny Monday morning it is, and as you are getting ready today, I want to thank you for joining us here on Morning Rush. Now, it does mean that it's almost time for you to exit the premises, whether it's your house or the vehicle, somewhere, wherever it is that you are. You do need to get ready and get out of the house so you can start having a productive day. But before you get to that, we do have a guest with us in studio this morning. His name is David H.D. Hondoyedzomba. Now, we want to get to know him a little bit, understand who he is, where he's coming from, and what it is that drives him. HD, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Rubo?
Harare.
No. No. Okay, all right,
Right,
it's fine.
literally, all right.
Harare is so brilliant. Like, you are coming from all over the city. You're running around the whole morning.
Yeah, that's broad.
Kudu say Kob.
Kurezo.
And is it?
Menu kwa mabem.
Ah, it's Kurubo. I want to find out from you. Growing up, where did you grow up?
I grew up in a town in Bindura, small town. It's growing big now, but by that time we didn't even have taxis, so I say it's small. Yeah.
What were your influences at that time when you look at, you considering that it was a small town, what were your your influences, and where did you draw inspiration?
I think we grew up with, my dad was a teacher, so his dream was to really make me understand life, and he was also musical. So I guess I take it from my dad. Yeah.
So as you grew up, did you always know that music was going to be your journey, or is this something you discovered later on?
Somehow when you keep seeing a guitar, your dad's guitar in the house, you know, it kind of shapes up. And I was talking to a teacher on my way home. He was telling me that every teacher, if you ask a kid what career they want to pursue, it comes from what their parents do. Yeah, so I guess that's how it came up.
So I'm picking up that you play the guitar then.
Yeah, I do.
Well, or
I do quite well.
when did HD come about? Because Wangor David.
Okay.
At what point did you then become HD?
All right. I think my big brother Oliver Mtukuzi would say, Hondoyedzomba, you don't introduce yourself as David or Hondoyedzomba. It's when he was in London, he would say there was too many Olivers, you know. So if you say Oliver, people will look away already. They know.
Yeah.
But if you say Mtukuzi,
They
Oliver,
automatically.
they'll say Mtukuzi. What's Mtukuzi? You know. So and the DJs and some presenters would say, Deva, you're Zitara Korakaribesa, you know. Can't you come up with the stage name, you know? So I just said, Hondoyedzomba David, which is HD.
Right.
That's how it came about, yeah.
But when did he come about? At which point? Was this something, how old were you when you got into the industry formally?
All right, professionally it was 97. I came to Music Crossroads Southern Africa, and Chibuku Road to Fame, I was a winner there. So I think the moment when I was turning from that to the professional performing in the corporate world and you know, recording, yeah, it was 2010 professionally. That's when I recorded my first album. Yeah.
I want to talk about Music Crossroads for a little bit. It's a platform that's given us a lot of great names. You included the likes of Mukomba as well. What did you learn during your experience interacting with that particular platform?
Well, it grew me on stage, you know, the performance. That's one thing that I mastered before recording. So, which brings me to my issue. I'm about to release my 4th album. Now I've become a recording artist now. So within the next 2 weeks, I'm launching my 4th album. So
before we get to that album, David, slow down. Slow down. We're getting there, right? So you record your first album 2010. What did you learn from that project that's helped you reach to where you are now and about to release this new album?
All right. As I said, for me, recording is a different industry. It's different from the performance industry. So there's many performers that can sing, that can perform, but don't have anything much on the radio or on the mainstream media. Yeah. So I learned to join the two, and so that it becomes one professional entity, because they're all core businesses of a musician. But then I learned to relate what I'm singing live and taking to the studio, and at the same time inspiring people that haven't even seen me perform. Yeah, and there's certain times when like you're sharing stage with Alec Macheso. He's supposed to get back on stage, and then his crowd is got a certain genre. Then you learn to compose music that keeps people
that crosses.
that crosses the boundaries and keeps people dancing at the same time. It might be different genres, but at the same time, it's something that I learned to do to entertain a crowd that listens to a different genre altogether.
Now, I want to find out about this fourth album that you speak of. What can your listeners expect from it, and what should new audiences be looking for?
All right. Now we're fusing music these days. It's a lot of fusion, but that's what I used to do. Apparently, music crossroads. Yeah, because what I realized is when I was fusing, people would say, "Why don't you do sungura? Why don't you do gospel? Why don't you do?" But then I did a lot of fusion by then, and now I see I should have just kept on doing what I was doing. But so now we're doing a little bit of modern stuff, a little bit of Afro, old contemporary jazz, all together in one place. And you see, look at the Benner Boys and these guys. That's how they link with the outside world, because we're looking at international tours, and we're looking beyond the border.
I love it. Yeah. Now, very quickly, where do we find this new album? Where are you launching it? Just give us a bit of information around that.
All right, on the 5th, well, it's Kangaroo Resorts. Don't laugh after I finish this.
Okay, I can't promise, but go ahead.
Then we also at the Macintosh Gardens, probably on Star FM. But those are the 3 places that it's going to circle around. So my management is coming up with the actual strategy, but those are the names.
That's what we tentatively are working with.
Yeah.
HD, thank you so much for joining us, and we do wish you the title of the fourth album?
It's called Marikavari.
Marikavari.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you, but I won't. Make sure you get your hands on that as soon as it's out. The album is Marikavari by HD.